The Marketplace on BFM 89.9.
Cryptocurrencies and initial coin offerings have garnered a lot of media attention and investor interest the past few years, even as regulators across the globe repeatedly warn of the potential risks in investing in such instruments. Continuing the InvestSmart series brought to you by the Securities Commission Malaysia, we ask its Executive Director, Wei Min, just what cryptocurrencies and ICOs are.
Cryptocurrency is a form of digital token using cryptographic technology where it can be used as a medium of exchange. So it can be used for a form of payment, remittances, and in some instances, use the token itself for fundraising, collective investments, or even as a debt-based instrument.
And speaking of initial coin offerings, just what are they?
ICO is a form of alternative investment vehicle. It's a fundraising channel where they actually source the different investments from a broader crowd. In this case, can actually source the money from the investment public, which in turn using the digital technology as a form of a channel that actually raise this money.
So as an investor, just what are these risks should you be aware of?
From a Securities Commission standpoint, we want to remind our investors to be well aware of the risks involved. The risk could very well involve in the fraud activities. Second one is we encourage our investor to look at who are the main people behind this particular ICO, who are the people involved in either promoting it or implementing the project itself.
There are some similarities which ICOs have to IPOs. Chin explains.
ICO itself is an alternative way to fundraise. So to some extent, it's a bit similar. It is true that ICO typically raised via some sort of digital tokens or digital currency. In this case, could be Bitcoin, could be Ethereum, could be other forms. ICO typically are used by the entrepreneur to raise money at the early stage of their businesses. But the methods of it being raised is again slightly different. So it may not involve your traditional advisors and consultants and auditors. It still needs a white paper, what sort of project, how the money is to be used.
And just like an IPO, before you put your money into a company, you would of course study its prospectus. For an ICO, it's a white paper detailing the investment you are about to make. But as they are less governed, more care than usual should be exercised.
We encourage our investors to look through the white paper to make sure they understand how the money is intended to be used, how the money is disbursed. More often than not, some of these ICOs are structured in such a way that they have foreign jurisdiction. Then there will be specific risks relating to it. So there might be lesser legal recourse should that be a failure in businesses. ICO is actually a highly risky instrument. We encourage our investors to be well aware of what are the risks of a potential losses they may incur as they put their investment in this.
This has been a special InvestSmart series episode on the risks of initial coin offering investments, brought to you by the Securities Commission Malaysia in conjunction with World Investor Week, a global campaign to raise awareness about investor education and protection by the International Organization of Securities Commissions. BFM, be financially minded.
The Marketplace on BFM on 89.9.